Uh, Good day, welcome back to the channel. So, this month, I believe, is Men's Month. Father's Day is coming, so I wanted to share about being a man. So, I think I'll focus on a topic of men don't cry. So, I think from hearing that term from the youngest time, or when I was still young, I didn't really understand that why do men have been categorized that they shouldn't be crying, because we have emotions same as ladies. But if you were to cry, I can advise you not to cry in front of people. You can like literally cry maybe by yourself, or when you're bathing or taking a shower. In that way you kind of reduce that feedback that you'll get from people that might not be polite to us. They design us to be strong and to be, you know, like iron, and which honestly we're not like that. But if we were to cry, I believe that will help reduce the emotion that you are going through, the adrenaline that you'll be going through, instead of taking it out on someone's kid, because now you'll be traumatizing them and you won't be healing. So with that, think to reduce the stigma to us not crying, say that you're gonna speak maybe to one of your close friends, or you're gonna have to try out the therapy classes or sessions that will help you at least to mold you to become better. Honestly, as guys, we go through challenges that you might share them with your partner, but you find that they don't understand them, due to that they were as well designed from their own families that men don't cry. So if you meet or have such a person, you'll know that the feedback is not going to be positive. But if you're going to be, attending a session whereby you vocalize your trauma, then it makes life a bit easy, because you can imagine being a man and not able to achieve what you want to achieve. It's gonna be stressful. You want to have a car, you don't have it. We're at that age whereby if you haven't reached what you want to reach, it feels like we're never gonna reach it, as much as you see our peers reaching it. But if you're doing or trying to get to that level and you see that it's impossible, we have that tendency of looking in, see that we're gonna release stress by drinking or smoking, and finding yourself in trouble where you can't even escape now. Because I don't think guys that are addicted to those drugs that we see the guys are on the street, that they were fully like contempt with their emotions. But you may find most of them, they are struggling with their mental issues, or they have mental problems, because it's either is a mental issue that is certified by a doctor that you are literally sick. For example, that you cannot really think beyond that. Maybe I wouldn't say brain dead, but you cannot reason anymore. Then there's another one whereby it's caused by stress. So if you are stressed and you're consuming such and you overdose drugs, if it's not drained, you're gonna end up being in that state. So depending on how you're gonna handle your emotions, but I'll recommend speaking to someone, because consuming alcohol and these drugs, it just gives you the hype, but it's not really focusing on changing you. So if you can find someone to speak about, or you can tell me, I'm willing to, help you, to become better. If you are interested in it, if you are interested in changing yourself to become better. But we are in that state whereby our emotion in the society is not recognized. If you are to display your emotions as a man, now you've been downgraded from a man now to be a weakling. You may find that they'll make fun of you if you expose yourself, especially to your family. So every family gathering, they will just butchering you, and you may find now you're gonna cut yourself from that due to the bullying that they'll be giving to you. So it's quite important to, if you feel like crying, please find a safe space where you are safe and cry, because it does help. Because you cannot experience the trauma and say no, men don't cry, and you bottle up that. We may find ourselves committing onto certain things that I cannot say on the channel, but I'm sure you have an idea what I'm talking about. Because it's not a pleasant phase where you go through emotions, because you're a man, you cannot speak about it. And when you speak, instead of taking that you are being open, it's either you're gonna be categorized that you're yelling or you're shouting, and we find ourselves being put in a corner. But when there's a thunderstorm, we need to come out, being strong. But when it's summer, they just leave us aside. So being a man, it comes with that. Because every strike that comes, now you have to pretend, or you have to be strong for you to be classified as a man. So in this June, let us be vocal about our emotion with the right people. If it means that you break a in a safe space whereby you won't feel guilty about letting yourself cry or being vocal about your emotions, because it's very sad to lose someone that is very close to you based on the emotion that they never spoke out of, or they never spoke because of the stigma that we are not supposed to cry, or we are supposed to be like men that are made by steel. But at the end of the day, we all have emotion, we all go through trauma, we all get mugged. It's not only ladies that get mugged, we also get mugged. So, and being mugged as well, it's not something that is, what, I'll replace the phone. Your emotion already get shifted, because now you get afraid. You're no longer comfortable when someone is walking behind you. No longer comfortable, perhaps, depending on when you were mugged specifically. It's either in the morning while it's still dark, or in the late evening. So specifically those night times, they will trigger those emotions. And if you're not vocal about it, it's gonna damage you. I remember being mugged while I was fetching, I was going to my friend late in the evening. I think I was going to my friend. Then we drove to collect their friend from work, because there was no taxi where they were working that day. So I was traveling there, I wasn't the person that I usually travel like that, but that day I decided to, on that day I counted two guys. At that time I used two phones, but I left my smartphone at home. Then I took like the break with me. So as I approached these guys, I didn't think they would mark me, I was trying to, be polite, greeted them. As I passed them, this guy just jumped me, took my phone. They saw that it was a brick. I think they just decided to give it back to me because they saw that they cannot even resell, because at that time smartphones now they were trending, so reselling that for them it was gonna be a loss. So as they gave it back to me and they left, entered my friend's car, because I was shocked. When I checked myself, I saw that my t-shirt at the time that I was wearing, it was torn, because they placed a blade in my belly. As I'm trying to regain like myself, is when I informed the guys in the vehicle that they guys I was getting mugged, and then they tried to chase after them, but guys, I think they just ran, couldn't even get them. I thought that was it, but the following day it's when it triggered me now. When I went to church, I think I just had a flashback and I just fell. It seems like maybe if you're in church, seeing someone falling, you will assume that perhaps it's the Holy Spirit. But at that time, there were flashes of the event that occurred to me on the previous day. So even now, I'm still not comfortable walking late, either in the morning or late at night, especially if there's someone walking behind me. I prefer, an empty road, whereby at least when it's empty, you know that there's no one walking behind you or on the side, than when there's someone like following you on the distance. Now the flashback now is now kind of it follows back as well. So it helps you, so you can imagine, well, if you have a different experience of trauma, what triggers it. And so let's try to focus and be vocal about our emotions, because as much as we are men, I believe you should be strong, but to a certain point. But if you're going through pain, let us be allowed to be vocal about it, because if you're not, we're gonna find ourselves being in a space where we can't go back. But just hope you enjoy this main edition. I'll do another session. Yes, so I hope you like the content. Please like, please subscribe, and let me know in the comment section. So I couldn't record last week due to my phone did a record, but I couldn't find the video when I wanted to post it. So I bought new set of mics. Hopefully I'm vocal enough, I'm audible, and yes, hope to bring in more content that you guys might enjoy, and at least to subscribe to the channel and grow together. So I just hope you guys don't mind sharing your input on the topic. Then yes, enjoy the week. Danko.